You're making a big mistake.
Murphy.
He'll always be limited. It'll be difficult to make friends.
The unfortunate boy was born without a throat. He can only breathe through a tube. He cannot speak and can only communicate with sign language. Luckily he meets Sean. Looking at the poor but adorable boy, Sean wants to do everything he can to help him. Lim suggests creating an airway for the boy, but this surgery is still in the testing stage. Even so, the boy's parents decide to try it. After he is pushed into the operating room, the doctors discover the tube position has a serious irritation, and it is blocking part of the organs. So the doctors perform an advanced removal procedure, and carefully clean the affected area several times. The surgery goes very smoothly. After returning to the hospital room, Lim gently blocks the boy's tube. He can finally breathe freely, and excitedly signs to his parents. While everyone feels happy for the boy, Sean is not happy. He cannot even finish his meal, because what he really wants is for the boy to speak. To help the boy, he even studies medical materials while eating. Finally he comes up with a brilliant idea, because vocal cords are not the only way to make sound. A person can also make sounds similar to snoring.
Soft palate tissue is what vibrates, making the sound when people snore, but it's not stiff enough to replace the vocal cords. But we could use his own costal cartilage to act as vocal cords.
But this idea is rejected by the boy's parents. They think it is too risky. They believe sign language is enough for communication. But Sean cannot help saying, the boy will face many limits for the rest of his life, and it will be very hard for him to make friends. The boy, who was about to leave the hospital, starts signing to his parents at that moment. It turns out he feels the same as Sean. At school he is often ignored and left out. His parents never knew what he experienced at school. In the end they agree to the surgery, so he is pushed into the operating room again. The doctors remove one of the boy's soft ribs. Sean carefully shapes it with a surgical tool. He forms the soft rib into a whistle-like structure, then places it into the boy's throat area. At that moment the boy's blood pressure suddenly drops. During the procedure the neck vein is affected. With the efforts of the doctors, the boy quickly returns to a stable condition. After returning to the hospital room, following the method taught by the doctors, he exhales from his abdomen. Finally he makes a sound.
That's the most beautiful voice I've ever heard.
It's just a primitive sound. With speech therapy he'll be able to fully speak.
Corey says thank you, Dr. Murphy, for pushing for the surgery. This is the best day of his life.
You are very welcome.